is breaking, and I moon about those empty streets. After sunrise, the lights don't reach me. Where will you be? Which hands will put you to?
And since I was a kid, I was doing music, and this has always been my dream. And now, 28 years later, I'm able to do that. My name is Christian Ronig. I come from Münster in Germany. It's the northwest of Germany. I worked as a journalist until now for TV. I was doing documentaries and little films for a magazine. I'm listening to basically folk, jazz, country a lot. Like, you know, I listen to Tom Waits, Johnny Cash, Leonard Cohen, Nick Cave, this kind of music. Ten years ago, I joined the Rebetiko group in Münster, in my hometown, and that's when I discovered all the Rebetika, or the Laika, or the Paradosiaka, or the Entechna, Neokima, and I really liked the songs. And I was playing all the songs to my friends, and they couldn't really appreciate what the song means. You know, there was a bouzouki that was very odd for them. There were a lot of exotic melodies and rhythms and the language. So they were really, they didn't really appreciate the music. And I got frustrated because I liked the songs very much. So at one point I decided, after a long night when we played the Rebetika and we had a lot of tsipora, next day I decided to translate the songs that I liked and to arrange them in a different way so that the non-Greeks, my non-Greek friends, could actually appreciate the songs, that they understand the songs and listen to the core of the songs, you know, the melodies and the rhythms. Yeah, that's basically the motivation, was that the non-Greeks could appreciate the Greek songs. When I was doing the translations and the arrangement, I always recorded them at home with my computer, and I always sent it to a friend of mine, a very old friend, who listens to a lot of music. And as it happens, he is married to a Greek woman, and they live on Paros. So I had two critics, one for the music and one if the translations were good and if the feeling was right with the songs. One day on Paros, these two had a guest, and he was a sound engineer. And he was half German, half Greek. Apparently he liked what he listened to, and he asked if I had more demo tapes. And as it happens, he studied here, Alexis Antonio, he studied here sound engineering. And he was working for a record company, Violence Productions, on Paros. And after they heard the demos, they phoned me and said, okay, come on, let's do an album. The original title comes from a Greek song. Sometimes it's called Preza o Tempis, sometimes it's called Diki mou ine Elas. When I translated the songs and I had to ask the woman who holds the rights to the song for the rights, she said, we can do it like this, but you have to change the titles. You have to change the title. You have to change it not from Addicted or something like this. You have to call it Greece is Mine, because she wanted to stretch the political aspect of the song. And it was in the times of the crisis, capital control, the referendum was there. That's when we started recording. And I thought this might be a good title. On the one hand, I mean, this is what you expect from a German, you know, to say something like this. But it wasn't like this. It's basically at this time in Germany, all the media, all the politicians told us what to think about Greece. You know, that they're lazy, that they're not working, that it's their own fault. And I thought, no, let's not dictate by others what we have to think about Greece and its people and its music. It's still ours. It's yours it's mine, but it's not theirs. I experienced Greece in a completely different way than the media and the politicians have covered it. And I was really ashamed as a German for the media coverage and what the politicians had to say about it. So I thought the good thing about a provocation is you can always start talking about it afterwards when somebody is vexed. You have to keep the meaning. You have to change some of the images that you have that we don't have. You have slang words, especially in the Rebetika, tubiki, doumanies, nargile. They don't exist like that in English or in German. So you have to think about something else. I give you one example. Probably the hardest song to translate was Themo Megalo Diname, because it has got a lot of slang words in it. It took me months until I once listened to a song by Rodriguez, and he used Mary Jane for marijuana. And then I thought, man, that is the clue. If I take this word and put it in, I can still convey the whole meaning of the original. And at the same time, you also have another meaning. This was one of the songs that on the internet got a lot of bad feedback. You know, who was the idiot who translated this? You know, it's not about a woman. It's not about Marvel comics. And when I said, but it's Mary Jane is the English term for marijuana, they said, okay. So, it's very tricky to find something that is close to the original. Some words, images, all of that. We recorded on Paros, which is a beautiful island. It's so beautiful that it's sometimes really hard to get into the mood of melancholic songs. When the sun is shining outside, you've got 30 degrees, you want to go to the beach, and then suddenly you have to go into a basement, and everything is halara, and then you have to do some melancholic numbers. But it's a nice atmosphere. It's a very it's like a family there. The whole production team, beginning with the producer Spiros Balios, and the sound engineers Alexis Antonio and Manolis Kutalidis. That's the word. That's the name. I still have problems with Greek names, but it's all a big family. They all do it together. We all do it together. Spiros has a way of inviting musicians and giving them space to actually contribute what everybody thinks and feels belongs there. And it's a very democratic approach, let's say, and it's all about sound and what fits, and it's very on an eye level. Okay, the producer was Spiros Balios. He also played a few instruments on the album. Then we had the main sound engineer, Alexis Antonio, who studied here in SAE Athens. We had a crew from the island for the rough tracks, which was Manolis Delenas on drums, Panos Dedes on bass, Kostas Palikos on guitar, Yorgos Plomidis on percussions. And then musicians came in that filled up or changed some of the stuff the guys already did. So that was Vangelis Karipes on percussions, Andreas Polyzokopoulos on trumpet, Yorgos Tsatsoulis on accordion, and he actually produced one song, which is Δεν ξέρω πόσο σ' αγαπώ, I Can't Say How Much I Love You, and I think he almost played all the instruments in that recording. And then it was Lefteris Chavoudzas on guitars. Well, at least my friends in Germany, when they listened to Rebetiko at first, they had a problem with the songs. The rhythms were very different to our rhythms. The melodies, the keys, the makams are very different to our melodies, and it was all very exotic. Plus, if you think about Van Vakaris playing a taksimi on his bouzouki, it sounds like a machine gun to our ears. When they listened to the cover versions, they all said, "Ooh, they are nice songs." And then they were able to actually listen to the originals. I want to do not only cover versions anymore, because I think I have done enough, and I've done other cover versions for other people as well. I think I would like to do something new now on my own, maybe playing with Eastern rhythms, Eastern melodies, maybe doing the exact opposite approach now, you know. I just want to make more music. I'm very impressed with the studio and with the sound that we got out of the studio, and it's very well equipped, it's very well done. The collaboration, it was very easy, very without stress. We got immediately the sound that I liked. And the students were very attentive, and they were very interested in what I had to say. I think we were welcomed very nicely, very warmly, and it was a very nice experience. I'm very happy that today I brought some great musicians that I haven't known for a long time. Some I've known very little, but on percussions it's Konstantinos Kalatsis, on bouzouki it's Christos Skondras, and on double bass it's Kostas Arsenis. The main sound engineer will be Manolis Kutalidis, and his assistant is Ραφαέλα Λιαπάκη, and they both studied here at SAE Athens a couple of years ago. And this is the team.
Με λένε Μανώλη Κουταλίδη, είμαι απόφοιτος του Bachelor Audio Production και σήμερα βρίσκομαι με τη συνάδελφο Ραφαέλα Λιαπάκη μαζί με τον Christian Ronig στα στούντιο της ΑΕ για να ηχογραφήσουμε ένα κομμάτι του και να μιλήσουμε για τη δουλειά του με τον Chris's Mind. Τον Christian τον γνώρισα μέσω του απόφοιτου και συνάδελφου Αλέξη Αντωνίου, ο οποίος έχει κάνει και τον δίσκο, και έκτοτε συνεργάζομαι μαζί του και στα live του. Χαίρομαι πάρα πολύ που βρίσκομαι πίσω στα στούντιο της ΑΕ. Είδα παλιούς καθηγητές, είδα καινούρια πράγματα, πολλές αλλαγές που έχουν γίνει. Που συνεργάζομαι πάλι και με την φίλη και συνάδελφο Ραφαέλα. Και γενικότερα περνάμε πάρα πολύ καλά.
Just this heart I have from